note down, but have a pen and paper. I'm going to discuss that case study. Okay, a case study of application development for mobile and location-based services. It is a paper taken from ResearchGate publication. ResearchGate. So it was published during the December 2013 conference. It's a conference paper. It's a very interesting. It is a part of a project. The project name called as TGNP. TGNP. So as a part of ongoing research project called TGNP, even though it is not a complete project, it is a paper which has written as a part of the project called as TG4NP. It's a name they were given that. The main objective of this paper is that mainly so the objective of the paper is that they want to implement a mobile application that would allow visitors at a tourist center. So this project is dedicated to the Sweden, a location tourist spot to take part of outdoors tourist attractions. So the objective is to make easiness to the tourister who is visiting the tourist places. So according to the owners of the tourist center, many visitors might arrive in the evening when there is no service available. This is very important. The key point which it is highlighted in the paper is when most of the time we don't know. Suppose if you are a tourist, or if we are going for tours, sometimes it become late night to reach a destination due to several reasons. During that time, when no service is available, how that mobile application help us to get a service from the nearest places of the tourist? That was the reason behind to take up this project. So one of the goals of the application is to provide an experience as close as possible to a guided tour. So this paper discusses the objective is to provide an experience as close as possible to a guided tour. Guided tour is nothing but there is a guide. He is always keep traveling since beginning of the tour to the end of the tour. He takes you to the tourist spots and he explain the all the tourist. If any explanation is needed from him, he is guiding all the way. Rather than here, instead of man, you are carrying your mobile phone. That phone will be installed from this application. This application which will guides you to the nearest places. So another this solely by using technology available in a mobile device such as a smartphone. Using smartphone, they wants to create the guided tour. So another desired functionality from the project owner is that the app should provide directions to various public facilities such as restrooms, parking lots, and restaurants. This is again another important objective which they have trying to solve for the tourister. Many a times when we visit a tourist place, it is difficult to locate some of the facilities like restrooms, parking lots, and restaurants because it's an unknown to us. That place is unknown. It is not regular visiting place. That place is unknown. When it is the unknown places, there is no proper direction boards and all. In that case, it is difficult to find those places. Again, we need to ask somebody where is the parking lot, where is the restaurant, where is the restroom, etc. Instead of that, if your mobile gives a direction when you reach that place to all these, it becomes easy for the tourister. Okay, this is the second objective. The third objective is requested functionality included a detailed map where points of interest. Keep in mind that points of interest clearly marked. When user approaches a certain points of interest, textual information about that point will be displayed. How this paper is organizing location-based services for the tourister who is using this app. When he reaches a specific destination nearest to that, the corresponding automatic dynamic pop-up message should get appear. So from this app, if you do that dynamic pop-ups nearest about the tourist places and the facilities which is available nearer to that mobile smartphone, if it reaches to that specific destination, when it pop-ups, it guides you where to go, and how to get the service from the existing services available in that location. So pop up the display message is one. Suppose it's a dumb, if the dumb kind of touristers, they are so if their visibility is very poor to see into the phone, then you can also provide a audio recording and images to provide that the destinations of the services. See how they are implementing is important here. First, in the paper, what they have discussed. From the paper, they given an introduction why you are taking up this location-based service as a project and a part of a paperwork, and some introduction part they have taken literature review. They have done the related work. So most of the time what we think, whatever we get in mind, that it's a new idea. No, because million of people working on research scholars are there, research scientists are there, researchers are there. Whatever we get the idea inception from our mind, we think that nowhere implemented this idea, right? Many a times. But then when we start working on the projects or on our ideas, lots of resources will get from Google search. Means that finally what we are coming to the conclusion that, hey, my idea already implemented in the market, why should I take and do the same work again? Like I should drop this here itself, right? Obviously these kind of things, it will comes into the mind. Fine. So now instead of dropping your idea, follow your idea, search for the literature work which is already been done by the several researchers or the students of research scholars, and learn whatever they have done so far. So understand whatever they have done so far in this field of your inception or the intuition, your intuition or the concept what you got that idea. As of now means till now the time you understand the people who has done the work on your idea till today. That is called as literature review, or it is called also called as a related work. Related work is relevant to your concept of an idea. Here in this case the concept of an idea is what? It is representation represented in the form of the title of the paper. Application development for mobile. They want to develop an application for the mobile. It uses the service of location based, right? So it's a general title has been given, but then the author writing the objective, it is targeted to the tourists. This paper is targeted to the tourists. Okay. So related work means, so whatever you got the idea in the mind, similar to the work, someone has given the done some work, and the uniqueness comes into picture here. That uniqueness of about the work is your objective. Whatever you got the, usually sometimes when we start thinking something, whatever we will get in mind is the idea is in a bud manner, small bud manner. For example, if I want to solve the city garbage, like BBMP facing, the Bangaloreans are facing lot of issues from the garbage which is collecting every day. Somewhere it is dumping on the roads. So garbage collection is not new idea. Still it came into the mind. Then what is your next step? So if you want to help out the public or the corporations, take up that idea, search for the projects which are already done on that garbage collection. So searching from manual searching to till electronical search, you can do the search of the project which has been already done and implemented and failed in some way. Somehow it is failed in the complete implementation. So where and all you get such information? Usually from the newspaper publication. Usually newspaper publication publishes the data on garbage collection, and news media, news channels. Then where you can get some magazines or the some proceedings which has been published by the earlier authors. Then after that you can search in the Google search engine. It will fetch us from various research resources like conference proceedings and journals. So you will get tons of paper on that garbage collection itself. Now you are required to filter out all the papers which suits your nearest idea what you had in your mind. So the tons of papers and the resources which if it comes and it will come to your on that table, study table, it is highly impossible to study all the papers which already been published by the several authors. To make understand all the papers, after understanding that probably it would take more than 10 years of literature work. So that's why filter out the publications. How to filter out the publication is again challenging one. So the first one is take up the recent papers. How many years of papers you need to be get it downloaded? That is again another question. Take out the recent research paper. Which are the recent paper? What do you think? From 2015 to 2020. 2020 till November. Since now December not yet completed, so you can take up even as on today. So 5 years of paper collect from the search engine or the research proceedings or the conferences or the workshops or the journal publication. You download last 5 years papers. From that, after downloading that, you need not to read every line of the research paper. Then how to filter out? Look into the heading, garbage collection, look into the heading, then comes to the abstract, read the abstract and read the conclusion and future enhancement. Abstract is usually, it is not more than 200 words. Abstract is written in such a way that the content of abstract is why the project is taken up is in one statement or one or two statement. What is the objective of this paper? One or two statement. How that paper is going to be solved? One or two statement. Then what was the technology or technical implementation has been adopted to solve this problem, and some of the tools and some conclusion statement. So that abstract involves all these parameters in that. Then come to the conclusion part. In the conclusion, what and all, how the implementation has happened, any comparative study has happened, analysis has happened, etc., etc. It is discussing in conclusion in few words, few statements. From this way, if in the 5 years publications, if you download it, you might be downloaded more than 500 papers. Again, it is difficult to study all 500 papers line by line. Then how you want to filter out whatever the concept or the idea in your mind? It is somehow some papers might be fitted to your nearest work. You filter out through by reading abstract, conclusion and future enhancement. Abstract, conclusion, future enhancement. Go through with all 500 papers by reading just abstract, conclusion, future enhancement. Somehow your idea or the way of implementation might be already done by someone. You take up that paper becomes your research based paper. That paper becomes your research based paper. From that paper, you are trying to enhancing that existing work which is done by the previous author. From that, you are take up in your work. Somehow more than 50% whatever you have in your mind, that paper might matches. Now another remaining 50% is your work. That is your objective. That is called as problem identification. So problem statement. You need to clearly define the problem statement, and that is identification of gap from the bundles of the research paper which you have downloaded. After identifying that paper, then try to use the methodology part, that is called as method, how you are going to solve. Once problem is identified by you, how you are going to solve the problem, how you are trying, that is your way of methodology, your way of work, whether you want to solve technically, whether you want to solve the you require to provide the feasible solution. Feasible solution in the sense that it should be workable solution. It should be workable in terms of cost. Cost should not exceed the budget limit of the organization. So the technological, it should work in place. So all such kind of things you need to provide in the terms of either it is an algorithmic implementation or process implementation or any technology which is involved to provide the solution like mobile application development. You can choose variety of tools and methods are there. It is not necessary to create your own tools and tools are the tools for simulation and you can use the existing tools. You provide the reference. You can provide the reference to the tools which you are going to use in your research work. From that tool, how you are implementing your idea, that should be discussed under this method or methodology, or we can call it as a methodology or algorithm or process or procedure. We can call it as a third chapter in the paper discussion. Okay, why I'm discussing this case study in detail? It helps in your 6th semester project. Sometimes you are taking up the research project. So in industry also, if you are trying to providing the solution to the industrial problems also, obviously these things are needed. Because first you need to understand the problem they have given to you. Then search for the relevant work already been done by your senior batch of the students or the software engineers. Then you need to understand the tools required for it. Then you need to implement the solutions for that. You need to document in the form of the reporting. All these things are necessary to make you have to do during your professional career. So if you learn this now itself, it will become easy for you how you can carry out the document the reporting and all. Okay, see, methodology is to compare how well state-of-the-art web technologies can match native approaches when it comes to the development of location-dependent applications. This is very important. Location-dependent application is nothing but, so for example, BMSIT campus, where it is located. Is it BMSIT is location dependent or independent? Obviously, it is location dependent. Why? Since BMSIT and M is nearest to the Yelahanka, or it is located in Bangalore city. You cannot tell it is location independent. You cannot move the property of BMSIT M to the another location like Delhi or Hyderabad or Chennai. So location dependent means BMSIT is situated nearest to the CRPF campus of Yelahanka, right? So what kind of service you can provide for the BMSITM new students who is visiting to the BMSIT? You can think of. You can provide a mobile application solutions for that. Okay, so it's a challenging. If you provide the native approaches, it means that whenever the students is nearer to the Yelahanka premises, use the GPS service and location base from here to Yelahanka approximately 5 kilometers. Calculate based on that, you start popping up the messages to the students who is approaching first time to the BM site. How you are identifying first time they are coming? When they have registered first time to the application. If it is a native application, you need to develop app for that. If it is a web-based application, you need to provide the web link to browse that. So two kind of facility you can create for the students. Here, in the same way, the author prepared in such a way that he has started developing the native app as well as a web-based app. He has also conducted study, the authors. The main goal of a case study is to deliver a holistic description of the application usage within the real world setting. Real world setting, how they have done and all, which is described under the reference 10. Who is the reference 10? What is the paper reference 10? Reference 10 is qualitative research and evaluation methods. In this paper, how they have done that study of such things under the methodology which is described. He has this paper authors has referred this case study deliver a holistic description. The description can be used to draw conclusions from the specific case, discussing the possibility of location-based services. So some of the things which are already been discussed from the earlier papers, this author uses those papers for the base of his work of defining the methodology. Okay, so this work as a part of ongoing research project called as TGN4NB. What was the motto and all we were already discussed in this previous to the 10 minutes, right? So now come to the main part of technical part of that. So in addition to the providing the displaying the text-based information, also you can provide the audio recordings, or also you can provide the images, or sometimes you can provide the poster outside the tourist center with short information about the app and how to use it. See, most of the people in India, in case of we come to the come to our native, that is the Indians. Every literate or illiterate also going for tourist visit places. Let's take our parents. We are sharp enough to understand smartphone technology. We can download, install everything, whatever we can do. Suppose of our parents, even they are educated, they don't know how to make use of downloading and installing the applications and all. Then how they will come to know about the tourist place? That tourist place app, if you are developing, whether it is reachable to all the tourists or not, how you are going to check it? So you develop for tourists. If tourists are unable to download, install and use your application, then how you are going to get the money from that? Getting? So wherever some tourist places are there, you can create a hoardings or the posters which will give the information about your app, how to download, install that application and utilize that application to find the nearest services provided in that tourist center. You can also provide the scannable QR code that allows the user to load the application. It will be easy to access for any smartphone equipped visitor. See, again, the limitation of this project is smartphone is required. Minimum requirement to use your application is smartphone. Then after that, to observe the effects of our design, we used a comparative prototyping research methodology. That research methodology defined in the reference number 14. What is that? A comparative prototype research methodology. Technical report as given by during the year 2004. See, by providing the citations and the references, by reading a paper in detail, you are able to understand very clearly about the paper, what they have given and how they have presented their work in the research paper. The basic idea behind this methodology is to conduct a comparative evaluation similar to a laboratory experiment, but in a relatively unconstrained real world use case. They have comparing the laboratory experiment with the real world. Laboratory experiment is nothing but a simulation, emulator. You are developing an application, you are running in the simulator. If you are deploying that application in the app store and downloading from app store and installing in your real-time device, it's a real experimentation. There is a difference, right? So our evaluation was carried out in 3 steps. They have done these 3 steps followed. First step is design with alternatives. Here we designed 2 prototypes. For step 1 itself, they have taken 2 prototypes with the same basic functionality but varying with design. So varying with design means suppose enter your information manually using one design part. Second design part is by entering your phone number, it is trying to fetch all the details of you. That is second prototype. Similarly, he has done 2 kind of basic functionality with varying design. In our case, we made one prototype based on native programming technology, that is Android application. They have created one native programming technology, that is Android Studio. Using Android Studio, you can create the native app like APK files. What do you mean by native app? Native app is nothing but the main programming functionalities is created as a package and keeping as it uses the device memory space, much device memory space. It acts like a one desktop application which you have installed in the laptop or desktop. That is called as native app. So in this paper, these authors designed native programming technology app, that is APK file 1. The second prototype based on the technology like web technology. Just they have created the web link like www.bmsit.ac.in. It is an web application. It is application resided in the server. You have created a client page. URL is a client URL. So So in this case, your device does not need much space since you are accessing through the server. So these kind of 2 prototypes the author used. So when they started doing these 2 prototypes, even they used some of the technology like when they start working with these 2 variants, location representation through a point of interest map. So point of interest map they are using, location aware information. So depending on the coordinates what we discussed while discussing GPS, Google Map API, location aware information obtaining through the longitude and latitude, right? Through that, and another case is the pinning the point of interest, that is bookmarking. So how you come to know some falls is nearer to the Medicare? How you come to know? Someone already has visited earlier to you, right? Based on their references, you are visiting the tourist places. Getting my point? In the same way, you are processing the following that step here. When decided upon for both versions of the application, location representation through a point of interest is one through mapping. Another one is location aware information, that is location to be marked as already visited by some other tourists. So dynamically loaded content easy to maintain for non-technical staff. If you are a technical staff, it is easy for you. Non-technical, how they come to know how Sigandur Chaudeshwari. Previous to that, somebody has visited, right, that place. Then only you came to know that there is a launch is there between the Sagar and Sigandur through that. So all those kind of things you need to be bookmarked. So that helps the new tourists to visit the places. Support for displaying content in different layers. So one dynamic might be comes to the same Shivamogga spot. Suppose Shivamogga, if you visit, when you come to the Shivamogga, in the map, Shivamogga to Sagar to Sigandur, Sagar to Jogfall, Sagar to Kollur, Sagar to Udupi. You see, so many places are there near to. When you look into the map, as a map, so when you see the place in Sagar in the map, that place is limited. Mapping pinpoints are limited in space. Then when you zoom in, you are able to visible all the places, right? So when you bookmark, if you inappropriately you bookmark some bookmark on the map, new tourister might confuse where to go, how to go. So clarity should be there. To provide the clarity, layer-based concept is used. So example, filter out restaurants and restrooms. Right? Support for multimodal media. So it supports for text, hyperlinks for furthermore readings, audio, video, nearest places, etc. and so on. The second step, how they have done is vary deployment situations. As we had a clear case, we focused on as similar deployment situations as possible, making the final step. Similarly, they are trying to provide the information. Suppose joke falls, do you need restaurant restrooms or not? Yes. If you come to Kollur, restaurant restrooms or not? Yes. If you come to the Shivamogga, restaurant restrooms are yes. All the places these common is needed. So suppose if you are visiting the Sirsi, Mukamika, on that place, if this app provides the restaurant of Hornado, when you are visiting Sirsi, if it provides the information about the such information in Hornado, then what is the correlation between these two? Is it possible to hold for the run for that place? No, not required. So in improper information, you should avoid from that, right? That's why you fetch the location aware. When you go with location aware, obviously it will fetch us the longitude and latitude information from the GPS. Third step, compare and contrast. Easier for us to analyze. During the third step, qualitative, that is some quality data. As I said, if you are in Sirsi tourist place, if it is showing the Hornado information, Hornado information, it is inappropriate data. So what it should show? It should show the restaurants available nearest to the Marikamba temple and nearest to the restaurant and the other services which should be available. So when you reach us to that destination, that qualitative data that should be get provided when you are comparing between one place to the another place. So such things are given. These authors are studied in this paper. Okay. So another alternative methodology, second step was done deliberately. We wanted both applications to be evaluated under the same conditions. So if your APK application which is installed in your phone, if it gives the information about the restaurants and other services in Circe, the same kind of information if the user types in a browser, Chrome browser, when he types URL of that application, also it should provide the same information what it was given from the native app. So you are comparing these two applications in a one single place, whether they are providing the same information or different information. If they are providing different information, means there is a lacuna in the development phase. So the both applications are providing same information and accurate information. Accuracy is he is describing the accuracy in the 50 meters range. 50 meters range, he has taken the accuracy of the information of a particular tourist spots. Right, when you dive into the research work, really it's an enjoying work, but it needs a lot of time and focusing mind. And finally, he started discussing the result. He has used the development of web base. He used the key whole markup language, KML is used. Key whole markup language, KML. Why KML is used for that? Because it supports a file format based on XML. It uses XML strategy. XML is a platform independent tool to transfer or the fetch the data among the several resources, several web resources. XML provides human readable text files which are easy to understand and edit. It uses the HTML editor. So the XML file formats allows geographical information, objects such as place marks or arbitrary polygons expressed with geographical coordinates to be complemented with HTML coded contents such as text, images, and embedded media. If any hyperlink media, like when you click the hyperlink, it might open the images, it might open the audio, it might open the video file. Such kind of the things which is that kind of files format supported in the KML. Okay. So as an example, this might objects that restaurants and restrooms might be hidden from the map until the user wants to display them. That is the minimizing and maximizing the menu kind of the things you need. KML files can either be edited directly in a text editor or created using a specialized editor where objects are drawn on a map and additional contents are added in an integrated HTML editor. So in this way, you just refer the remaining content of this paper and you will be able to answer the case study questions. Okay, so really it's a very interesting paper which I went through and I'm able to discuss with you regarding this one case study paper for your third internal test. Okay, so future work on what? 2013 is the future work. Might be this future work may be taken already from one of your friends and they have enhanced this work and republished as their own work. Okay, so don't take up this as a base paper, because maybe the some more future work already been done by several authors. You try to search for the latest papers in between 2015 to 2020. So future work includes carrying out a comprehensive user evaluation on site with a mixed set of test subjects. Also, future plans include developing a graphical editor for creating KML content. A user-friendly editor environment will be developed that allows graphical markers to be drawn on a map. So some of the future statement they have given means these authors open to the new researchers, trying to ignite to the new researchers. If they want to take up the work for future, they can refer this future as an future statement as their problem of statement. Okay. Any questions? I hope you understand very clearly about the case study. Innovative questions which already I have discussed. Two innovative alternate two questions we were discussed. One is the social media app, from that through the social media app you are trying to sell and recommending the items to the friend buyer, not the unknown buyers. Friend buyer. The second innovative case study is trying to build an app which provide a startup solution. Who is trying to create the new startup? You are through, if they refer your app, it will provide some of the resources like how they can get the funding or sponsoring or any financial matters, or how you are providing a solution, how you are so such kind of app is another case innovative question. Either one, it may come with the preparation, come innovatively answer for those rather than copying and pasting the same answers. You try to provide the innovative. It is, if it is a mad innovation also, it is acceptable. Whatever you write innovatively, that is acceptable, that is called as innovation. So case study innovation difference is, innovative is some mad ideas may come up and we can take up as a one project. So case studies, obviously your understanding level, how you are interpreted that existing paper and all, that will be the case study. Okay. Thank you. If any questions are there, let me know. Answer for your attendance.